Welcome back. Hope you're having a chill day. It's Sanzo9 here. In today's video, we're going to be discussing 4 confirmed rosters for the 2024 CDL season. The gameplay featured in today's video is from Shipment using the KV broadside. Let's get this video started. Alright, starting with Atlanta Faze, probably the biggest biggest move in roster mania that really set off a lot of teams. So, the starting lineup this year will be Abeezy, Cilium, Simp, and Draza. So everybody knows they dropped Slasher for Draza, picking up Draza from the LA Thieves team. He came in with a 1.02 KD for the season. He did not stat lead in any sort of statistic. Abeezy has a 1.07 KD. Cilium has a 1.23 KD. He was the stat leader in KD, and he was the stat leader in S&D diffuses at 19. Simp's KD was a 1.01 overall, and he led the statistics in highest kill streak with 16, and most S&D plants with 121 plants. The closest person to him had like 112, and then there was a huge gap to 71, I think. So, yeah, awesome. All right, leading into Optic Texas. I am an Optic fan, been one for a long time. Shout out to the Green Wall. If there's anybody watching this, give this video a like. Hey, even give me a sub. Shotzzy, KD 1.04. He's a beast. Dashy, KD 1.08 for the year. Kenny is the pickup from LA Thieves, and obviously Pred is the other pickup coming from Seattle Surge. That was one that was rumored to happen earlier in the 2023 season, but it just fell through, and they talked about that on podcasts, and you can go check those out. But essentially, Kenny ended the year with a .94 KD, and Pred ended the year with a 1.16 KD. I think they were hoping to get Draza and not Ken. There's nothing against Kenny. It's just no secret that he wasn't playing to his max this year like he was in Vanguard. I think that whole team wasn't. But Ken did have 1,052 assists, which is something, although other players like Envoy and Draza managed to maintain positive KDs with 1,000+ assists as well. But as an Optic fan, I'm gonna be more optimistic than not, and I'm gonna say that this team looks to be great. Kenny can kind of IGL, and Pred and Shotzzy can kind of free roam, run those crazy routes and get those kills that they need to. And Dashy is obviously a reliable AR that you know is going to get those kills and be in those spots that you need him to. All right, let's get into New York Subliners, the champs. They are half of the stat leaders are New York Subliners. They are representing why they are the world champions, because they 12 stat leads, 5 of them are Subliners. All right, starting with the MVP, All Hail Hydra, 1.17 KD overall. He had stat lead in kills and untraded kills, 4,015 overall, and untraded 2,884 overall. He's a beast. He's a machine. Next, Kismet. He had a .99 KD overall for the year, but he stat led in hill time, 1 hour and 56 minutes, and contested hill time of 9 minutes and 22 seconds. That's my type of player. I'm all about OBJ hill time, so shout out to him. Even though it wasn't a positive KD, it really wasn't that much of a difference. Skies had a KD of 1.06. He stat led in assists with 1,188. And then finally, the guy they picked up for Priesta, coming from Seattle Surge, Sib himself, with a 1.04 KD overall for the year. I think I don't understand why they let go of Priesta. I haven't really kept an eye out too much, so maybe they've made some sort of announcement. Let me know if they have. But I think Sib was a no-brainer pickup, and he's gonna continue to perform like he has. All right, finally getting into Boston Breach as our final team. Looks like they decided to keep the rookie Snoopy with a KD of .96. However, I did have to go pull some challenger statistics. What's funny though is that when you average out the KDs from his challenger championships, they come out to .956, so literally the same KD that he had in that one, obviously, COD Champs showing, he had in Challenger events as well. So, I mean, I think from what we saw, there's potential. I'd say there's high potential with this player, but we just haven't seen enough of him to make a solid guess on what he's going to bring to this roster. Although I will say I'm glad that they did bring him back onto this roster, because basing a player's overall career on one event is just not right, in my opinion. Going to Slasher, so obviously coming from Faze to Boston, that's a pretty big, I'll say it, it's a pretty big downgrade, but hopefully he can kind of bring those veteran perspectives along with Priesta. And so Slasher had a KD of 1.02, but everybody knows that he didn't play as high as I'm sure FaZe was hoping he could have. And then Priesta, it's funny enough, he had the exact same KD for the season of 1.02, and Capstone with a .94. Capstone was an interesting pickup because he played for the Mutineers for at least a quarter of the season, and then he went down into Challengers. So he played for the Thieves. He has potential, but I think he can be a major X factor. So if he could just find some consistency in his play style, in his gameplay, and again with Slasher and Priesta being on this team, being two veterans, hopefully they can kind of help Snoopy and Capsule reach that max potential they both have. I mean, I think most people think Toronto Ultra is pretty set. They have Envoy, Kleenex, Scrap, and Insight, but I don't think they've actually made the official announcement. I know the CDL hasn't posted to any of their social media, so as soon as they do, we got 4 months of the offseason left. So as soon as we start hearing more about these remaining 8 teams, I'll continue to update it. I'm looking forward to this season, being able to watch the old Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps played on a competitive level is going to be fun, because honestly in 2009 I was 9 years old, 10 years old. I really wasn't watching competitive Call of Duty at that time. I knew about it, but it just I don't even remember really, besides just playing the game. So it's going to be exciting to kind of have a little bit of nostalgia while watching the CDL. And I do have 2 questions I want to know. Do you think is Capture the Flag returning to the CDL in replace of Control? And the follow-up question to that would be, what do you think of Control? Personally, they could remove Control. Just like Taxprit, they could get it out the game. I wouldn't care. That's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you on the next video.